So guys, George Floyd's anniversary of some people say that his fourth year of being sober is coming up. And let me tell you something. Almost dying from the ambulance custody, police custody, myself, I don't find nothing funny about dying of drugs, because I almost died of drugs before. But I want to say this. These are some theories that I have of George Floyd. These are just some opinions I have. So one, I watched that documentary that exposed the whole fiasco, and I come to the conclusion that he did die of fentanyl and methamphetamine. I believe that he died from his drug use. Now, what I don't believe is that he knew that $20 bill was fake. Because when you know something is a scam, you get out of there as fast as possible. You're not going to stick around and, do drugs in your car. You're going to drive off if you know something isn't legitimate. I believe he probably was given that $20 bill and he himself didn't know it was fake. Because I question, why did he stick around for so long? He would have drove off if he knew it was fake. If he gave a fake $20 bill, he would have knew from the jump that it wasn't real. Now, we understand that he was saying that he couldn't breathe, prior to Derek Chauvin even in the picture, in the picture. But these are some theories that I have of this. So one, I believe that this all was a government experiment to see how people react to being under quarantine and how we react when I also believe that the riots, everybody who participated in the riots, the ones who agitated everything, who encouraged the rioting, I believe they were paid by the government. I'm not saying everybody that was involved was paid. What I'm saying is this. So you know how to start like a fight or like a riot, you need to like throw a chair, or you need to like hit somebody and have them chase you around and hit somebody else, and that's how things go crazy. I believe people were just going from city to city and just stirring shit up. And this is how the riots just started. And when one shithole city sees another shithole city tearing their shit up, they feel that they have that incentive to do the same thing. So, like I said, I believe it was a government experiment. And I believe, too, that George Floyd was just the lucky one to be picked. It's like when you're when you audition for a part for like a play or a commercial, and you get that part or you don't get it. George Floyd got that part. He was the martyr for police brutality. See, what I find disrespectful is, and I'm not holding myself to no high regard, like I said, I'm nowhere where I want to be. But why is it, and hear me out when I say this, why is it that every time a black man dies in police custody, or, they die from police, why don't they ever pick anybody with good character? Like, I'm not perfect, but I believe I have somewhat good character. I have morals. I don't steal. I don't rob people. I have a conscience. I don't rape people. I don't lust after people. I have things I stand for. He does not represent black men, because what he lost support from people, from black women, was when he had that white female. But when he lost support from other black people was when he put that gun towards that pregnant woman's stomach. And he threatened to kill her and that baby. And I believe it takes a special kind of piece of shit to threaten a woman with a child. And like that guy, like that piece of shit that killed the driver in Erie, PA, the Uber driver, she said, I have 4 kids, and he put the gun to her head. That's a sick bastard to me. I don't feel like you, I feel like that right there never goes away. You always will have that embedded in you. It's like Malcolm X is one of my favorite leaders. One of my favorite black leaders to read about. But Malcolm X was a pimp before he turned his life over. He was a pimp. And one thing about pimps is they're great at taking control. They're great at, persuasion. And this is why he was such a great leader. Now, he used his pimping, past. He used a lot of those skills that he had to be a pimp on, controlling his community. I mean, that's how he was able to be a good leader, because pimps are leaders. They're natural leaders. They know how to take control. They know how to, take charge of situations, and that's just what he did. Because this is the thing, he used his, he left that life behind, but I don't think that the traits never leave that person. Like, what's a good example? If somebody is like a fighter, right? They fought their whole lives, but they don't want to be violent anymore. They can not act on that urge, but they will always have that embedded in them, where they will want to fight, where they can fight, where they can defend themselves. They're not punks, because they're natural fighters. I may lose some people in this video, but the point I'm making is, there are crimes that people do that I don't feel like are forgiven, and I don't feel like people change when they do those crimes. Like that guy from the Black Panthers, was it Eldridge Cleaver? He raped black women, and then he raped a white woman and went to prison for it. That's something I don't feel it can be cured or forgiven, because that's a form of deviancy, sexual deviancy. When you rape people, that's another type of pervertedness. You just don't start raping people when you come out of your mom's, when you come out of your mother. You don't just start raping people. You have to, I tell you guys, sex is a tolerance, and people get tired of just women sometimes. People want to explore other things. But I'm all over the place in this video. It's been 4 years, going on 4 years since George Floyd, and everything's still the same, man.